welcome to DJ Podcast. This one's going to be a spiritual podcast. As always, I like to start off with my meditation sound, which is the frogs. The crickets and the frogs. I just really love that sound. But today is going to be almost exactly what I want the podcast to sound like and be like. And I'm going to play a clip from Daryl Anka, who is the channeler for Bashar, and this is where my spirituality, my newfound spirituality rests in. And ever since I've started with this spirituality of basically the idea is to always be the best you can be. But I want to play this clip for you, and then I want to talk about kind of what I think about it. So here we go. Bashar on the five laws.
Information is what we have referred to as the 5 laws of creation. The 5 laws are: you exist. Number 2, everything is here and now. Number 3, the one is the all and the all are the one. Number 4, what you put out is what you get back. And number 5, everything changes except the first 4 laws. They're not the laws of physics, which can change from dimension to dimension. These are the laws of existence, the very definition of the structure of existence, which is true for everyone, everywhere, in every reality, at every time, throughout creation. They never change. Every experience any of you have ever had, or having now, or will ever have, is some combination of those 5 laws. Once you understand with clarity that foundation, you will understand exactly how existence works. You will understand exactly how to create the realities that you prefer.
So that's one of the quickest ways he says the 5 laws. And I want to start with that first one, you exist. And he'll always say, by definition, non-existence can't exist. So you'll never experience non-existence. So there's many people in my life that I have met that said, oh, I don't deserve to be alive. I don't deserve to have been born. I don't deserve to be existing. Yes, you do. You do because you exist. Simply because you are here and because you exist is the reason why you deserve to exist. See, keep in mind that he says creation a lot and not the creator. The way he would describe God would be the all. The all in one and one in all. Meaning everything in existence is a part of God or is God. Or part of the creation. Meaning that you yourself are God in your own way. Okay? Because you have to remember that you are everything, and this life that you're living now is basically just the physical reality part of your life. And then above that is your higher self reality of your life. So there's 2 parts of your life. There's the higher part of your life, which is your soul, your consciousness, the higher self, your being. Okay, and here you are on this planet right now on Earth, experiencing physical reality as a consciousness that is controlling the physical body. Okay? And because you exist, you belong to something. And the main thing that you have to remember is that your goal in life is to figure out your highest excitement, is to figure out what excites you the most, and do that until you have exhausted it. And it could be as simple as going for a walk. Like that day, the most exciting thing for that day is going for a walk. It could be starting a new job. It could be starting a new hobby that turns into a new career, something that you actually want to do in life. It could be playing with puppies, right? There's nothing that in that moment. You see, the point of all of this is to raise your frequency, is to raise your vibration, because that's what we are. Essentially, what you are is energy, and energy is a frequency. It's a vibration. It's a that's what it is. So when you are feeling down, and when you're feeling anxious or anxiety, or like I don't exist in this world, it's probably because that you don't exist, that your higher self is trying to guide you to a world or to a reality where you feel like you actually do exist in this world. And that is something that it's hard for us to remember. It's hard for us to remember that we do exist and we do belong in this world. And it's something that we have to remember. Now, if you're feeling anxious and anxiety, so your higher self then is trying to tell you that you need to change your path. Because you're feeling the anxiety and the anxiousness to get you out of this pattern. You're probably stuck in a pattern that feels comfortable to yourself. Oh, I get up, I go to work, I eat, and then I sleep. I get up, I go to work, I eat and sleep. I get up, I go to work, I eat and sleep. If that is your life and you're not doing well with it, then it needs to change. You need to say to yourself, I am going to start doing what feels right for me to do. And then you're going to say, well, Dave, I need money. I need this, I need that, in order to fulfill my dreams. Well, that is your anxiety. Your anxiety is a negative belief telling you that you can't do it. But what you have to do is break through that negative belief and try and come up with creative and positive ways to fill your life with abundance. Now, when people hear the words abundance, they automatically think money. Money, 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 money. Well, that's what is you have been taught as a society, that money fixes all your problems. When in reality, physical reality, what you need to do is fill your non-abundant, you fill your hole with like this hole you're feeling inside you. You need to fill that with an excitement or a passion. Hey, this is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to get up. I'm going to go for a walk and make myself feel better. I'm going to just simply change one thing about my day that is different than the other parts of every other day that I have been doing for years. I've been sitting here for years doing this one job, this one way, and then I come home and I eat and I go to bed. Well, you need to add something in there that says, I like to do this. And I was talking to somebody, a customer of mine. I work in food service, and a customer of mine came up to me and said, I said, how's your day going? They go, they're a customer, they're venting to me. They go, Dave, I just, you know what? I'm stressing out. I feel like I'm doing everything for everybody else. I'm running around doing chores for this person, for my husband, for my kids, for this and that. And I said to him that what's the one thing that you're going to do for yourself? You need a me time. You need a relaxation time. And they said knitting. I like to knit. That's what I like to do. I said, good. Take some time today and say, look, Mom is going to sit down and do what they're doing. All your problems can be put on hold or be put on your father, or hey, you guys entertain yourself while I knit for 20 minutes. And that was their thing. And if it gets you out of a funk, if it changes your mentality even just the slightest bit, so the next day you go, you start conditioning the people around you. You go, nope, Mom is knitting. That is what she's doing. Dad is doing some arts and crafts project. I don't know, fixing the shed. There's got to be a moment, and everybody has to find this moment of, I am going to do the simple thing for me, for myself, so that way my life isn't mundane and I feel like I'm just sitting here stuck. I'm stuck in the woods. Right? It's very, very important to do that. Many people will say, well, my job gets in my way. All I do is I work and I have time. Change your job. Change your job. Sometimes you have to make big changes in your life. Well, it's hard to change a job. Why? Why is it hard to change a job? Well, you gotta go on interviews, gotta do this, gotta do that. Call in sick. I say this, sometimes I'll do this. I'm calling in sick today, and I'm gonna go to an interview. Because if you are being mistreated in your job, you're not being paid enough, you're not doing that, once again, you're going to be stuck in a pattern where you never get out of that moment. You never get out of that moment. So you always have to find the positive in that day and run with it. And sometimes you're going to say, oh, my family, they don't want me to do this. My dad says to me that it's not a good choice. You are you. Your universe. Your universe is you. Okay? You are in control of your universe. You are controlling what you do. You are in control of your actions. And you need to take control of your life and shape it the way that you want to shape it. Because after all, it is your life. It is the experiences that you have to fill your life with, the experiences that your higher self wants you to fill your life with. See, your higher self is always going to guide you towards what is good, what is great. Okay? It's about being you. You are in existence. You exist. You are worthy of happiness. You are worthy of finding your excitement. That's what I'm going to call it. It's your excitement. It's your passion. It's the thing that makes you you. It's being the best you can be. And you just keep going at it. You keep going at it until you get it. And many people are going to say, well, Dave, I've been going at it. I've been trying to follow my highest excitement for years. And this is what I come up with. This is what I get. I'm going to play for you another great clip that I thought was really interesting. Well, let me play the clip for you. Okay, here it is. It is a little bit of a longer clip, but I like it. So here we go.
Say really resonates with me.
For some reason, yes. It's because you're aligned with this frequency in terms of how you need to receive information.
I have a question
Yes.
regarding myself.
Yes.
Hopefully, maybe you can help me.
Maybe I can.
Figure
Maybe
this
I
out.
can't. We'll find out together.
Okay, I have been doing stock options trading for 10 years plus.
Oh, all right. This excites you.
It does, but it doesn't. It hasn't served me.
It hasn't served you.
No, because I lose more money than I make.
Then it has served you. It has served you very well. Maybe it's serving you by telling you maybe this isn't the way to go for you.
Yes, but
Maybe you need to put more stock in yourself.
why would an intelligent person like me keep doing it for like 10 years?
That's a very intelligent question.
But it still excites me. And I'm trying to follow my excitement.
Are you sure it's really excitement? That's the first thing to always check. Are you actually acting on excitement, or are you actually acting out of anxiety and calling it excitement in a state of denial? Because you might be afraid to actually do the thing that really excites you because you have a definition that it can't support you somehow? Just a question. But you can think about that for a moment.
Yes, perhaps.
Yes, perhaps. All right. Let me put it to you this way. If it wasn't an issue of how it could be helped to happen, what would you rather be doing if you could do anything?
I would like to awaken people to their own health, because I'm always telling families and friends. And
Are you saying that that's really exciting for you?
that is really exciting for me.
Is it more exciting than investing in stocks?
Well, stocks has a different kind of excitement.
I understand, but I'm asking you a question right now.
Is it more exciting?
Right now is that idea, if
Yes.
you knew you could do
Yes.
it, that's more exciting.
Yes.
All right, so what can you do to invest in that first? Because if the stocks actually are representative of one of your expressions of real excitement, the only way you're going to allow it to synchronize and harmonize in a way that really serves you in your life is to act on the thing that excites you the most first, and allow that to be the driving engine and the organizing principle of every other expression of excitement that will then automatically play out through synchronicity in your life to show you what you need to do, in what order, and when. This is how you understand how to use excitement, because it is, as we have said many times, a complete kit. It has all the tools you need. It has the driving engine that moves you forward. It has the organizing principle that brings you the synchronicity. It is the path of least resistance. It is the path that connects you to all other forms of excitement in your life. It is the reflective mirror that reveals to you anything that's out of alignment with your excitement so that you can identify it and let it go and add that energy to your excitement. It leaves absolutely nothing relevant out of your life. But the only way it really works in the way that you would prefer it to is by activating it, by acting on the thing that excites you the most to the best of your ability first, with no insistence on a particular outcome. That's how the formula activates the kit. So if you act on the thing that excites you the most first to the best that you are able to, until you can take it no further, and then look for the next option, and act on whichever one contains even just a little bit more excitement than any other option, no matter what it is, no matter how simple it seems, no matter how basic, no matter how mundane it may seem, if it contains even just a little bit more excitement than any other option at that moment, that's your synchronicity, that's your higher mind saying this is the thing to do next. If investing in stocks is in the mix somewhere of what really represents one expression of your excitement, it will be put into the mix in the proper order. Synchronicity will organize it to let you know when it is actually the appropriate time to act on that expression of your excitement. It never shows up, that's not what serves you. Are you beginning to understand how this machine works?
Yes, what I'm hearing is acting on your most excitement right now.
To the best of your ability.
To the best of your ability.
With zero insistence on a particular outcome. I know that that's a challenge for a lot of you. Zero insistence on a specific outcome. Do you understand why that's important?
Because your higher self is going to show you what
Yes.
you can't see in this form.
Exactly, and the physical mind can't always tell what that's going to be. But it will.
Alright, so I think it's really important that you see that this lady started off by saying these stock options, this stock trading that she's doing that's an excitement for her. Well, she goes, well, I'm not yielding. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, I had kind of a coughing explosion. Paused it for a second there. So it's her. She thought her excitement was the stock options, but then wait, why is my stock options not yielding the way that I want them to yield? Well, two issues. There's two issues. She has an higher excitement. So your higher self is going to say, hey, it's been trying to tell her for years. Like she said, she's been doing this 10 years. Very intelligent woman. You know she's an intelligent woman. She's been saying this for years, though. You know, this stock option stock is not working. The stock options are not working. I can't buy them. They're not working. Put them aside. Your higher self is saying, put this project aside. It is not working right now. You are ultimately just wasting time and energy. You are putting time and energy, and you're wasting this time and energy into something that is not truly your highest self. And that is the issue. That is the core issue that you're not truly putting. You are not truly putting the excitement that you need to put into the right thing. She should really go into helping her family, medically, whatever it is. That is what excites her. And then maybe later on in life, these stock options and buying that will come through. And, you know, she hopefully you or whoever will exhaust this new excitement out. Like, I gotta change my life, change the excitement, change what I'm doing. You need to exhaust that thing out, and realize that if you continuously put a lot of effort into this, and you continuously fail at it, that could be your higher self saying, "Look, you're missing the point. You're missing it by just. You could just be missing it by half a hair. You know what I mean? You need to say, nope, this is not it. I thought this is what I wanted, but I'm not getting the excitement. I'm not getting the results that I wanted out of life. Now, like the second point that he makes is have zero assumption on what the outcome should be. And I have listened to, after listening to him for a while, that is one of the hardest things for us humans as a society. We try. It's actually putting a limitation. It's putting a limitation on how good the outcome can be, is when you cap it at what you think it should be. That's why you need to put zero expectation on what the outcome should be. Because think about it. If the outcome is make millions in stock options, and you don't make millions in stock options, well, it served its purpose. This area is yielding zero for years, for a couple of years, for 6 months, 9 months. You know, maybe you need to give it enough time. You put a lot of effort, you put a lot of time in this. You don't know how to expand it further to make it work for you. Therefore, the purpose of you doing this might have been, hey, this is to figure out that this isn't my thing. Okay, now we need to circle back to what is my next best assignment. Not my next best assignment. What is the actual real thing that I'm looking for out of life? See, that's why when people say, when you fall off the horse, get up and try again. That's kind of a good way of looking. I'm going to get up, I'm going to try again. I'm going to try finding something that is exciting to me, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Right? And that is what I'm doing right now. I've, for years, for a couple of years now, I'm going to use my own personal experience. I've been trying to make a sports podcast, Chicago Bears sports podcast, and a lot of people have said to me, is there a big market for that? I go, yeah, there's a big market for that. The Bears are like the second oldest team, along with the Green Bay Packers. There's a lot of history. They have a huge fan bases. I feel like if I just get this podcast running off the road, then I can get my podcasting career off the road, and I can do that. Well, maybe this topic needs to be put aside, and since my dream, my daydream, the one where I saw myself evolving into my higher self, it was a dream I had. I explained it in another podcast, and I will go into bigger detail in that in a different podcast, but that's not what it is about. But since seeing that, this has been exciting to me. My spirituality has been exciting to me because it's something that I've been searching for my whole life, because I'm not a traditional religious person. I don't believe in traditional religion. But this spiritual belief of being the best you can be, there hasn't been a shift overnight. Believe me. It's taken time, but I keep noticing the further and further I go with it, the better and better I feel about myself, because I'm finally doing things that I like to do. So, one thing I love to do is help people. I am continuously helping people, okay? I'm a great person to call up when you need help with something, when you need me to listen to you, when you need someone to vent to. If I can help you, I'm usually one of the first people to say, yes, I will help you. But continuously helping people has yielded no results. Okay, maybe I need to help people find their spirituality to become the best them they can be. That way I can help myself be the best me I can be, and still be helping people, but not always physically helping the person. Maybe going over the house and helping them is the thing that's needed. But I'm saying, like, spiritually I can help them. Making this podcast, maybe this podcast can take off and become the podcast that I've been trying to make. I've been trying to make where my voice and my opinion gets out there for years. Just like this lady with the stock option buying. She's been trying to do this for years and not getting the results she wants. I don't get that many listeners. I don't get that many subscribers. Well, maybe I'm not talking about something with enough passion. That's one of my problems is I lack a lot of passion in a way where it's like when people buy me gifts and even if I love the gift, even if it's the gift that I asked for, like over the past year, it's hard for me to go, yay, I love this gift. It comes off very artificial sounding. But sitting here listening to me, I'm excited. I'm excited to talk to you about something that has excited me, my own spirituality. And I want to help people find their spirituality. So, because in the past, I've even thought to myself that, and I'm going to bring this around to the you exist part right here. I got to bring it around and connect it somehow, don't I? So in the past, I've even said to myself, so I don't believe in the heaven and the hell and the traditional religions and that very structured, very traditional religion, reward, punishment, reward. I've always said that when you die, you just go off into nothingness. Well, that just doesn't seem possible, because here I am. I have a soul, I have an energy, I have a life force. I am a person of being. I'm a person of importance. I exist. And I did say to myself, I came upon this conclusion myself along the spiritual journey. And when when I finally saw the TikTok, believe it or not, discovering him on TikTok, and don't boo-hoo the platform that I discovered, and this is the way I discovered it. When he came back at me and said, non-existence, by definition, non-existence can't be possible. Meaning, the pure definition of non-existence is non-existence, and there's nothing more to it than that. That's when it occurred to me, and I was thinking about this before I even heard him say it. I was thinking, there is no way that you go off into non-existence, because non-existence can't exist. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I was thinking about this entire time, and it just wasn't fully clicking until I heard somebody else say it. And right there, it kind of sparked this thing. Other people need to hear it. Sometimes, have you ever had this argument with a family member or a loved one where you try and tell them, like they're struggling with losing weight, and you'll say to them constantly, you'll constantly say to them, look, you need to control your diet, you eat too much, focus on the fact that you do go out to Burger King and Wendy's and McDonald's and all these fast food places a little bit too often. You're not making home cooked meals where you control the calories and the intake. And you say this over and over and over and over to the loved one, and they just continuously do the same thing that they've been doing. And then they'll sit down with somebody else. They'll sit down with their best friend, even though you're more realistically their best friend because you married them, you're in a relationship with. But they sit down with the person they consider their best friend. It's been their childhood friend for years. And their best friend says exactly what you have been saying to them, but they hear it from somebody else. And you should not get mad at the fact that their best friend made it click for them. You should be excited that finally someone got through. Yes, I do need to go out and exercise. I do need to eat better, this and that. And don't be mad, oh, you listen to him, but you don't listen to me on this. No. Be excited that they finally are changing. They're finally, then support them. Because the worst thing you can do to somebody is be mad at where they get the information from. Be mad at who they get the information from. If somehow it clicked, hey, I need to eat less, I need to get in shape, I need to feel better about myself, be excited, applaud them. Yes, this is what you need to be doing, honey. Yes, I have been saying this the whole time. And they'll just say, but don't shame them. Don't shame them. Shame is bad. Whenever you shame somebody, you're just being mad. You're being jealous that they're not getting this information from you. Don't be. Because there's a new phrase that I learned. The information, the right information that you need in your life will present itself at the moment needed when it is needed. Right? So a lot of times, even though you hear this information on repeat over and over and over and over and over again, a lot of times I will re-listen to one of these TikToks, the Bashar TikToks of him talking, And there'll be a moment where it's like I hear it differently or I see it differently. I'm not 100% certain exactly when and how or why it's happening. But all of a sudden, click, in my head, there it is. Right? So, anyways, I don't want to make these podcasts really long. So I know that I will come back. I will come back to this topic again. The thought of existing because you exist. But it's one of the things that has clicked for me. Knowing that when we die, you are actually waking up from a dream. Like your physical reality life is like a dream to your higher self. Your higher self then collects all the memories and experience that you had over this lifetime, your physical reality lifetime, and then decides where to put you. Where does the next physical reality happen? See, that decision to be here on Earth, was made by your higher self to experience certain experiences that you want to experience. And once that experience has fulfilled itself and you're done with what you're done on Earth, that is when you'll move on. You'll die, you'll move on, you wake up, you're physical, you're in your higher self, you're in your spiritual realm, and you're looking a life review, and you're looking back at your life, and you're going, wow, that was a hell of an experience, wasn't it? That was crazy. Right? It could have been 10 years, it could have been 80 years on Earth, and Earth is a very fun and challenging planet to be on. And if you want to come back to Earth and give it another try, your higher self will do that. If not, it might move you to another dimension, another realm, another area of existence. Remember, we are multi-dimensional creatures. Humans are multi-dimensional creatures. We are here on this planet, experiencing this planet in a physical reality that that isn't always the most fun or the most exciting in our minds right now, but for your higher self it is. And when you wake out of this, like when people say I'm living the dream, yeah, you kind of are. You're living the dream. And you wake up and your higher self is like, wow, that was really cool. And your highest self is on the highest frequency. It is connected to the all-in-one. Everything in your room right now is part of the all. You got to remember that. Everything in your physical reality is part of the all. So you're living this physical reality, and you're just experiencing life as is and becoming the best you can be. And that's the message I want to leave you with. That's where I want to end this podcast, is saying, be the best you can be. Okay? That is the goal of life. That is the formula of life. The purpose, the meaning of life is right there. Being the best you can be. And doing what excites you the most until that doing that excitement is completely worn out. And totally fulfilled. And once that excitement is worn out, and you don't insist on a outcome. Even a negative outcome is an outcome that you can use to make better decisions in the future and say, hey, this time I'm not going to waste years at doing something that is wrong. I'm going to move on and find my next excitement, the next thing that's going to bring me to my highest self and excite my highest self. Anyways, DJ Podcast, my name is David James. Thanks for listening. I'm going to bring you out again with my meditation sound, the frogs. Let's give it to the frogs, people.